I haven't done a favorites video in quite some time, so I thought I would go ahead and film a current beauty favorites video today. I'll go ahead and start off with some tools. I've got two eye brushes here. One is the Sonia G Builder 2 brush, and it's kind of like a flat shader brush. It has been my go-to for packing color on the lid. It has that same type of size as the older version of, I believe it's the Goss 18, which is kind of like a flat shader. I feel like the difference is this is thicker and it applies shadow much like a flat shader type brush, but if you want to blend with it, it also blends it out really, really well, and it's super soft. I love all of the Sonia G brushes that I have. The large fan brush is one of my favorite for bronzing as well. It's this guy right here. I use this like every single day. I want to get another one of her mini fan brushes. I want to get another one of the cheek fan brushes. The mini fan one is sold out. It's been sold out for a while. I love all of the Sonia G brushes, but I thought this one was worth a mention because I had used the Goss 18 so much, and he had redone that 18 brush so it's no longer like a flat shader, and I always got a lot of questions of what was a dupe for that one, and I think I mentioned Hakuhodo dupe some videos back, but I use this one over the Goss 18 that I have right now, so I really, really like it. I think that it's size wise, if you look at it this way, it is pretty much the same size, if not a little bit bigger, but it's thicker. So it does a nice job of blending and packing on shadow, so I really love this. And the other brush, which kind of took me by surprise, is the Kat Von D number 75 brow brush. This is the one with the notches. I did get both of her brow brushes, but the other one is a little bit smaller and a little bit more stiff. There's something about this brush that blends product through the brows really well, and it's a bit thinner than like my Wayne Goss brow brush, which I still really love that brush, but it's a little bit thinner, so it gives a little bit more control and a little bit more precision when I'm placing brow powder on. So I really like this, and I had all my favorite stuff set aside for, geez, I feel like it's been like 2 weeks now, and I was watching Stephanie Nicole's current favorites too, and she mentioned this brush in her favorites video as well. I actually ordered another one off of the Sephora website because I'm one of those people who, when one of my favorite brushes get dirty, I don't get around to washing my brushes right away like I should. So they kind of sit in a pile, and then like a couple weeks go by, and then I end up washing all of them, and I end up missing certain brushes, and so I like to get a double. So I went ahead and did buy another one of these ones right here. I really like this. It just blends out powder really well through the brows. And then speaking of brow powder, I kind of went back to the OG, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Duo in the shade Taupe. That's what I have through my brows today. I love to use it with the Kat Von D brow brush that I just showed you. But these are just some really, really good powders. I still really love the Dior one, but there's a little bit more warmth in this one, and it's a little bit lighter, and my hair's lighter now, so it kind of works a bit better. But these brow powders from Anastasia are just, they're just really, really good, solid brow products. So I can give you guys some a swatch of what the powder tones look like. Right there. So I used the lighter half towards the front of my brow, and then mixed towards the center, and then the darker towards the outside tail. Another product that I've just been reaching for a ton is the new Tarte Shape Tape Eye Primer. It comes in a stick. I used to use they came out with one like this. It was in a clay, it had a clay name or something. I ended up depotting it and just kind of using it with my finger, and then discontinued that product. And then they came out with this one right here. Especially since it's been really hot. It's like 90 outside right now. I've been loving to use this. It keeps the shadows that I have on in place really well for a long time, but it doesn't dry out my eyelids. I don't know if that's going to be the case in the colder months, because it does have a nice wear style to it, but again, it's not as drying as something like the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It has a really creamy consistency to it, and I just take my finger and rub it on the end of there, and then pat it from the lash line to up underneath the brow. Eyeshadows blend out really well over the top of it. It does have a little bit of concealing properties, but it's not like a full coverage, and I don't feel like it messes with the color of any of the eyeshadows either, which is good, even though it does provide a little bit of coverage. So I've really been enjoying this eyeshadow primer. It does a really good job for me. And then I had gotten this Grand Mascara Lash Boosting Formula Mascara in a sample in one of my Sephora orders, and I thought I'm just going to start using that. So I've been using it for, this is the second week of use, It does have nourishing ingredients that are supposed to help your eyelashes grow and be healthy. Way back when, I did use the Grand Lash MD serum that you paint kind of on like eyeliner at nighttime to make your lashes grow. And that stuff did work for me. My lashes did grow and I had more lashes. It did really work well for me, but what I didn't like about it was it made the skin where you paint on that serum really red, and I didn't like that look, especially I have a lighter eyelash, so with red on top of those lashes, it just didn't look cute. So I like the idea of using the mascara where it kind of gets into the root of the lash where you don't have to paint it on the skin. I don't know if it has the same type of serum stuff that's in that lash growth serum, but I feel like my lashes have grown a bit and they look more full, and the mascara itself is really good. It doesn't flake or smudge on me, and like I said, it's been really warm outside, so I've been impressed with the formula, and I do feel like going on week number 2 now that I see a slight difference in my actual eyelashes. So I did go ahead and order the full size off of Sephora as well. This little guy has been hanging on pretty strong. Like I said, this is my second week of use of this guy, and I think I could probably get another week out of it. So I'll definitely keep you guys updated if it's making my lashes really grow that like after a month or something like that, but I do notice a difference already. It's the Grand Mascara Lash Boosting Formula, and the brand is, I believe, Grand Lash MD. And then 2 lip products that I've been getting a ton of use out of. I've used them together, and I also use them with other lip products quite a bit. I love this ColourPop lipstick in the shade Carousel. It is like the prettiest peachy nude color, and I've got a ton of use out of this one right here. It is, what does it say? There's a formula. I think it's like a satin. Yeah, it's kind of like a satin type of formula, but just a pretty peachy color. And I can wear it with this other one, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Iconic Nude, but typically I use this with the Pink Venus shade, but I've been using Iconic Nude from Charlotte Tilbury a lot as well. It's what I have on my lips today. It's more of a brown type of a nude color. But I've been using this pencil quite a bit. I've had it for a long time, and I've never used it as much as I've been using it recently, so I definitely thought it was worth a mention. Out of all the lip liners that I own, Charlotte Tilbury's lip cheats are my absolute favorite. They go on really well. And then not too long ago, I purchased a bunch of stuff from Glossier, and there's only one item that kind of I continually use out of the stuff that I purchased, and I really like it. It's the Glossier Boy Brow in the shade Blonde. It's a nice tone for me. It holds the brows really nicely, gives them a slight tint, and it doesn't break my brows out. It's got a little tip on it, much like the Benefit brow gel. I can't remember the official name, but this is the color right there. I've really been enjoying this brow product. It's my go-to brow gel of the moment. This is the Eminence Organic Skincare Neroli Age Corrective Eye Serum. I got this from the lady that I get facials from. She sells Eminence products, and the thing with this guy is it's got a natural retinol alternative in it, and the natural retinol is kind of what got me, because I cannot use an actual retinol product around my eyes like at all. I have to put my eye products on first before I do the rest of my face, so that I can avoid getting any retinol towards my eyes, because they will turn red and itchy and swell. It never fails, no matter what type of brand or whatever I try to attempt to put it on my eyes. It happens every time. So I thought, let me give this a try. It's got a natural retinol alternative in it, and I'm pleased to say that I have not had any irritation with this serum. It comes in a 1 fluid ounce bottle, and you only need a tiny bit, so this thing is going to last me a really long time. And the biggest thing, not only do I not get irritation with it, and I get to use a retinol type product, but I feel like there is an improvement on my eyelids and underneath my eyes in terms of like fine lines. So I do feel like the skin around my eyes looks smoother. I do not use it by itself. I top it with some other eye products. Sometimes it's an eye oil, sometimes it's a thicker eye cream, but I use this as the first product that I put around my eyes, and then I followed up with a topper. But I really do feel like my lids are looking smoother. So I'm happy I went and gave this guy a try, because I've always wanted to just put retinol around my eye area, and my skin just can't hang. So this guy I'm able to use. And then I do have a few cheap products. I don't know if I filmed a favorites video since this came out, but I know I've mentioned it. a few times. But this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter. It's what I have as a highlight on top of my cheeks today. It's just a super pretty champagne gold, perfect for the summertime. It's light enough for my skin tone while still being a gold, which that's the trouble that I have when I use gold highlighters, is they usually look a little bit too deep on the top of my cheeks. This one doesn't do that. It's just a really pretty color. It's a baked jelly type formula, which is one of my favorite highlighter formulas. It just kind of makes the top of the cheekbones with that wet feel, but it's a thin formula as well, so it doesn't, like, on my skin at least, it doesn't emphasize a bunch of texture or anything like that. So I do have a backup of this because I love it that much. So that's the Amrezy and Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter. And then the other two are blushes. One of them I have on today, and that's the Kevyn Aucoin, the Neo blush in Pink Sand. It's a soft, dusty pink. I've been wearing this a ton as well. You can kind of customize your shade because it does go from a darker peach to a lighter baby pink color. And so I kind of use this portion on the back of my cheeks, and then I use it more towards this side on the apple. And it just puts a really pretty glow on the cheeks. And this is the one I do have on today. I've been meaning to pick up some more of these blushes because I really like them. I definitely want like the sunset shade, I think it's called. Cats are trying to break in again. That doesn't, does that help? Let me mix them all together too. Right here, let's go like this. So you guys can kind of see the shade range. But there are two other shades in this range that I want to get. I actually want all four. Let's be real. But the one that I do have and I've been wearing a lot is this one, and it's in the shade Pink Sand. And then the other one that I've been using a ton of is the Tom Ford Sheer Cheek Duo in number 4, Exotic Flora. This came out with the summer collection. It's got kind of a coral and then a deeper pink right there. And usually what I do is I kind of focus my brush on this one and then just pick up a little bit of the pink. That's something that I like about like two-tone blushes, is sometimes I'm wishing for a little bit more peach, sometimes I'm wishing for a little bit more pink, so I'll wear them separately or I can mix them. So this again is a baked jelly type formula as well, which is one of my favorite formulas for the skin. It just really puts a pretty look, pretty sheen on the skin. So this is Exotic Flora from Tom Ford. And I've been wearing this guy a lot as well. Even though this is a bit of a broken record, but it's an honorable mention because I still use it probably at least once a week. This is the California Benefit Boxed Blush. Again, jelly formula. This is one of the prettiest coral blushes. I just absolutely love it. It's right there. This blush with that carousel lipstick from ColourPop, it just gives the prettiest look. So, swatch California for you. Another product that kind of took me by surprise. This is the Dominique Latte palette. It's from Kristen Dominique, who's also a YouTuber. I didn't know what to expect from this guy. I purchased it off of Ulta, and I really like this palette. I think that the shadows in here are really substantial. They have great pigmentation. They blend out really well. And not only that, but the color choice inside of here, everything works together really well. You've got nice shades for the crease to provide depth. You've got nice blend out shades. You've got your matte brow bone highlight. And then you've also got some stunning lid shades down here. She's coming out with another one. I think it's called the Lemonade palette, and I kind of can't wait. Like, I didn't expect myself to kind of feel that way about this brand, but I really can't wait for her other palette to come out because I really have been enjoying this one right here. So I will swatch. Let's just swatch a couple of these shades. These shimmers are stunning. Super pretty. Let me swatch a couple mattes as well. I love the addition of these this teal and purple matte. It's pretty orange. Really impressed with this palette. Can't wait for the next one. So that is the Kristen Dominique Latte palette, and I got mine at Ulta. And then lastly here, I do want to mention this bronzer. It's from Too Faced. It's the Chocolate Gold Soleil bronzer. I've been using this a ton, like a lot. There's no logo in there or nothing, but this is a pretty bronzer on the skin. It's got a slight sheen to it, and it's a true bronze, pulling more on the red type of side, which is perfect for my skin tone because I have really strong pink undertones. I just really, really love this bronzer. It's not too orange. It blends out on the skin really well. And of course it smells like cocoa powder, so you kind of can't beat that, right? But anyway, those are a couple of the products that I have really been loving recently. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.